You think like, oh, there's something in salmon I need because you're feeling good. No, you were in all of them. They were like Ravana, all of them did these crazy fasts and were just starving themselves in a crazy high caloric deficit and got all kinds of deficiencies. And then they're eating foods that are dense in calories, like salmon, and feel good again. That is just so stupid. So just eat a whole foods, plant-based diet. Don't think any macronutrient is evil. Eat your carbs, eat your protein, and eat your fats, all of them, and you will thrive. Let me tell you what veganism did for me and why I will never ever become an ex-vegan. And I usually never say something like that I will never, because...
So while looking through Vegain's content yesterday, I noticed he had an ex-vegan video where he's calling them idiots and ignorant and stupid, and yeah, he's going to look back on that one day and regret it. But I thought it was funny that on my first video I made about him, where he's been hospitalized from his appendicitis and he had his appendectomy and then gut issues after that. There's already a vegan in my comments talking about how he basically was doing it wrong, you know. Otherwise he would be superbly healthy, right? Because that's what veganism gives us, is nothing but cleanliness and health and all these shiny things. And so yeah, you've got most of the vegans are, you know, supporting him for sticking it out and all of that, but you're gonna have vegans already saying he's doing it wrong, he wasn't eating whole foods enough, and yeah, he'll eventually leave, and they will definitely, all of them that were supporting him through this will say that he did it wrong. And I thought this was interesting because this is the typical vegan response, that, you know, you weren't eating the whole foods plant-based diet. You got to eat all whole foods. And that's the way you do it right.
It's because I still give a And the second reason is I never followed the advice of Freelee, the banana girl.
Yeah, I knew that was the standard excuse. I knew that. But what I find interesting also is in this video, he talks about how he loved, you know, Tim Sheaf. He loved all these people. He followed them. He admired them. And, well, he doesn't anymore. He thinks they're idiots now, but that doesn't make sense. You're saying they did it wrong, but you admired the way they were doing it while they were doing it. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. So why aren't y'all saying anything now? Like, if y'all see somebody who's quote-unquote doing it wrong, why aren't y'all speaking out about it now? Like, oh, you're going to end up being an ex-vegan because you're doing it wrong. I'm calling it right now. Yeah, so why aren't they right now speaking up, the ones who are publicly supporting him right now? Why aren't they saying anything? Why aren't they saying, hey, buddy, you got to eat more avocados, you got to eat more almonds, you got to eat whatever it is that they think is the magic combination, daily dozen solution. Why you need to be eating that right now, because you're going to be the next ex-vegan if you're not doing that. And we are, you know, we're going to say he did it wrong. I knew it all along, even while I was publicly supporting him. I knew he was doing it wrong.
And it's super easy to buy something like vegan way in advance and for a while, and last for a while, because obviously the expiry date is longer because there are no animal products and no rotting flesh, no rotting secretions and stuff like that can, I don't know, cause illnesses and food poisoning, stuff like that. So it is way easier and to store and way easier to store for longer. So
so as you can see, as Manomi Frost just said, with this terrible logic, because all whole foods that are fresh rot and go bad. But yeah, this logic makes no sense, but that's not my point in showing this. My point is shelf-stable food, you know, that is the vegan staple. That is the bulk of their diet. They all know this. They know this. pasta, rice, quinoa. So yeah, I'm kind of getting off track, but that's my point, that they blame, they say they weren't doing it right, and so none of them are doing it right, because as soon as one of them leaves that they're all supporting, they're going to say that person wasn't doing it right, or they were doing too many different versions of the diet. They were too extreme. They were tweaking it, which, obviously they were tweaking it because they were trying to find something that finally works.
This whole bodybuilding thing, and there's people out there in the vegan movement who are promoting excess protein for no goddamn reason. So as you can see from these videos, sure, she was having a little bit of fruit still, but if you click on the videos, she's having processed food, she's having higher fat, so she's eating a more, if you will, balanced plant-based diet. That's what everyone likes to call it, balanced, when you eat a whole lot of processed and higher fat food. So as you can see, that is firstly incorrect. Please stop representing raw foodism and raw tofu incorrectly. This is what she has in common also with Giovanna and also with Elise. They were both eating a higher fat, cooked food, higher protein diet for years before they went back to eating their friends. Let's just establish that. And I see this pattern a lot. They're not going back from eating fruit. It's rarely happening like that.
So there you have it. Freelee stated it very well. They are doing whole foods. Just because they did one little stretch of raw food, just because they tried to tweak it and do higher fat, higher protein, and this and that at the end when they're shitting 10 times a day, can't sleep through the night, got so many symptoms, it's just ridiculous. And you're blaming them for trying to tweak their diet into some semblance of normalcy.
I don't know what they're seeking. Just want to become woke, want to become Jesus, want to become superhumans, and are on this quest for total health, but it's right in front of you. It's a whole food plant-based diet.
So, a lot of vegans want animal products. Like, that's the food you want.